Okay, this question is from 970111, May June 2025, and this is kind of a different question, so I would like to explain it. Now you have this equation, and you are very well familiar about equation. These kind of equations are balanced by oxidation number method. But what is different in it? The different thing is you have in this equation you have ICl3, which is turning into HCl plus HClO3. And you have another thing. If you divide this equation, ICl3 turning into HI plus HiO3. Usually you have oxidation number method equation in which you have only one substance simultaneously oxidized and reduced. But in this equation you have, now you can see these are the number of moles which you need to determine. For Cl, it is a X and it is Z, and for I it is Y and Z. Sorry, Z. Now you can see that also give you a hint. Like if V is for chlorine, you have number of mole X plus Z, and V, because you are talking about chlorine, so you have 3 chlorine here. So your V should be 3V. And in this case, you have V, you have Y plus Z. So you will get one more information from this, that number of moles for HClO3 and HiO3, they are same. And whatever you want to change in order to balance chlorine or iodine, you need to change it in X part or in Y part in HCl or HI. Now the first part of the equation you balance in a similar way like oxidation reduction method. So let's balance it together. Now this is this is chlorine, and chlorine here, it's -1, and this -1 is turning here into -1, so there is no change here. But this -1, when it is turning into HClO3, it turned into oxidation state, turned into +5, right? Now you can see that from -1 to +5, there is a change of uh, 6 electrons. And I need to remove this small part. Why? Because we will write here -1 here, because I need to balance the change. I need to mention the change. What is the change of electron? So here is a change of electron, that is gain of -1 to +5, loss of, you can see 6 electron, plus your loss of 6 electron. You can write here loss of 6 electron, or you can write plus 6 electron, right? Now in a similar way, come to the second equation, you can see iodine is, when you find its oxidation state, it is +3, and from +3 it is turning to -1. So what is the change? Change is -4, mean gain of 4 electron. Now what is the change here? This iodine is basically +3, so it is turning to iodate +5. So what is the change? Its change is basically, it is um, +2, loss of 2 electron. You can write loss, you can write plus, plus indicate loss of electron here. Now you have 2 oxidations and 1 reduction, and you need to balance the number of electrons. So the oxidation change is +6 +2, total oxidation change is +8. It means loss of 8 electron. So in balanced chemical equation, number of electrons should be balanced. So here loss of 8 electron, then in the reduction part, there must be 8 electrons. So in order to balance this reduction part, we just need to multiply it with 2, and we need, so the value of y will be changed to 2. Your this equation, which is of ICl3, this part, it becomes ICl3 turning into HI plus HiO3. So in balanced chemical equation, you put 2 here, you multiply this 2 on both sides in um, normal redox equation, but in disproportionation reactions, you need to put number only in the product side, because your iodine is in 2 compounds here, Hi and HiO3, so you need to balance it, right? Here, you have done the first part. You balance the number of electron. Now, I'm going to erase the board, or instead of erasing the board, let's write the whole equation again. Now you have your equation that is saying that you have ICl3, and trust me, you have done the bigger part. H2O, you balance the number of electrons. You get the 2Hi plus HCl plus HCl plus HiO3 plus HClO3. For sure, you don't have to change the number of HClO3 and HiO3. Now you need to balance the number of iodine atom, because you balance number of electron on the iodine part, so you need to balance the number of electron of iodine atom. Now check it. You have here you have 2I, and here you have 1I, and you balance it, you get 3 iodine here in the product side. So in order to balance it, you need to put here 3. When you put 3, your iodine is balanced. Now come to the chlorine. You have 9 chlorine. Now you can count number of chlorine atoms. You have 1 chlorine here, and you have this side to balance. So if you put 8 here, you get 8 chlorine plus 1 chlorine, it becomes 9 chlorine. So your chlorine is balanced. So you get 8 here. Now they are only asking for V, which is 3. So you have these two options. They are asking for X. X is your HCl, so it is 8. It is 8, and you have Z, which is HiO3, HClO3, which is 1 in both cases. I hope you are clear about this. Now, what about number of oxygen atom and the hydrogen atom? You just count the number of hydrogen atom, and when you put hydrogen, half of the number of hydrogen atom here, you have a balanced chemical equation. Okay, let's balance oxygen and hydrogen, although it is not the part of the equation. Your C part your C part is a correct option, right? Now you just count the hydrogen atoms. 8 hydrogen plus 2 hydrogen plus 1 hydrogen plus 1 hydrogen, it is 12. So half of the 12 is 6, so you put 6 here. And your oxygen is automatically balanced. It is 3 here, and it is 3 here. I hope you are clear about it. If you have any question, you just need it to post in a comment box, and I'll answer it for sure. Bye bye.